required for the drift velocity to reduce 1 upon e times of its initial value just when the field is switched off. The another definition is something like this. It is the time taken by free electron to reach its equilibrium position from its disturbed position just when the field is switched off. Mean collision time Tc. The average time between two consecutive collisions of an electron with the lattice point is known as collision time. Mean free path length lambda. It is the average distance travelled by the conduction electron between successive collisions with the lattice ions. Electrical conductivity. It is defined as the rate of charge flow across unit area in a conductor per unit potential. That means sigma is equal to J upon E. The unit will be ohm inverse meter inverse. Electrical conductivity. The electrical conductivity of a conductor is the property by which it allows the flow of electric current. In metal, In metal, the valence electrons are not attached to individual atoms and are free to move within the lattice. Hence, the valence electrons are also known as free electrons or conduction electrons. In the absence of electric field, motion of free electrons are random, like those of molecules of gas in container. But when an electric field is applied, the electrons modify their random motion so that they drift slowly in opposite direction to that of applied field with an average velocity known as drift velocity. When electric field E is applied, the free electron in metal experiences force EE. That means the force applied on single charge, single electron will be in the influence of field E will be EE. But we know that from Newton's second law F is equal to ma. So let us compare two forces. Ma is equal to EE. From these two equations we get the acceleration of an electron, that is A is equal to EE by m. Consider an electron that has just collided with an iron core. The collision momentarily destroys the tendency to drift and the electron will have truly random direction after this collision. In the next collision, the electron velocity would be changed to average value Vd, which is given by Vd is equal to A tau, where tau is mean free time. So friends, we get Vd is equal to E tau upon m. The current density is given by J is equal to NeVd, where J is Ne into E capital E tau upon m. So J becomes Ne square tau upon m into E. But J is also expressed as J is equal to sigma E. Therefore, comparing both these conductivities, we get sigma E is equal to Ne square tau upon m into E. Here, E gets cancelled and what remains is sigma is equal to Ne square tau upon m. Thus, the above expression relates the electrical conductivity to the number of free electrons per unit volume. Now let us derive an expression for sigma, that is electrical conductivity, in terms of temperature. The mean free time tau in terms of mean free path length lambda and average thermal velocity V is given by tau is equal to lambda V. Friends, this equation is something like T is equal to d by V, as you know that V is equal to distance by time. The kinetic energy of electrons is given by 1/2 mv square is equal to 3 by 2 kBt, where kB is Boltzmann constant. So we get m is equal to 3 kBt by V square. Substituting the value of equation 1 and 3 in equation 8, we get sigma is equal to n square V square into tau upon 3 kBt. This becomes n e square lambda v square upon 3 kb tau v. So sigma becomes n e square v lambda upon 3 kbt. The electrical conductivity of metal decreases with increase in temperature. You can see that sigma is inversely proportional to temperature. Thermal conductivity. It is defined as the rate of heat flow across a unit area of a conductor per unit temperature gradient. Thus, equation becomes K is equal to minus Q dash A dt by dx. Here, dt by dx is temperature gradient. Now, can you tell me that why dt by dx is having negative sign? Yes, friends, as the distance x increases, there will be falling temperature. This gives the negative sign to dt by dx, and that's why K is negative. The negative sign is optional. The unit of conductivity will be watt per meter per Kelvin. In solid, heat transfer takes place by conduction. In the process of heat transfer, both electrons and phonons take part. Hence, the total thermal conductivity is K total is equal to K electron plus K phonon. Since the thermal conductivity due to electrons is greater than the thermal conductivity due to phonons, in the case of pure metals, the total thermal conductivity is given by K total is equal to K electron. Thermal conductivity. To derive this, let us consider such things. Consider a uniform metal rod AB. Let the surface A be at higher temperature T and the surface B at a lower temperature T minus dt, as in figure. Let the distance of specimen be lambda. The electrons conduct heat from A to B. During collisions, the electrons near A lost their kinetic energy while the electrons near B gain the kinetic energy. Let the density of electrons n. N is the number of electrons per unit volume. The average thermal velocity be V. Based on kinetic theory, we can write down that the average kinetic energy of electron is 3 by 2 kBt. Similarly, at point B, the energy will be 3 by 2 kB into T minus dt. Therefore, the excess kinetic energy carried by electrons from A to B is the difference of both these equations, that is 3 by 2 kBt minus 3 by 2 kB into T minus dt. Here 3 by 2 kBt gets cancelled and what remains is 3 by 2 kB into dt. There is equal probability for the electrons to move in all the 6 directions, that is x, y, z and minus x, minus y, minus z. The number of electrons crossing unit area in unit time from A to B is 1 upon 6 multiplied by NV. Therefore, the excess energy transferred from A to B per unit area in unit time is 1 upon 6 NV multiplied by 3 by 2 kB into dt. By simplifying this equation, we get 1 upon 4 NV kB dt. Similarly, the deficiency of energy at point B will be minus 1 upon 4 NV kB dt. Since the net energy transferred from A to B per unit area per unit time is the rate of Q, then Q is equal to 1 upon 4 NV kB dt minus 1 upon 4 minus NV kB dt. That is equal to 1 upon 2 NV kB into dt. But from the definition of K, we have K is equal to Q upon dt by dx. Here the distance travelled by an electron is dx, that is lambda. So K becomes Q upon dt by lambda. Therefore, K is equal to 1/2 NV kB dt upon dt by lambda. So finally, by simplifying this equation, we get K is equal to 1/2 NV Kb into lambda. This expression can be verified experimentally, and the free electrons theory is found to be successful in explaining the thermal conductivity. Widman-Frenz law statement. This law states that the ratio of thermal conductivity to the electrical conductivity is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. That means K by sigma is directly proportional to temperature. That is, K by sigma is equal to LT. So just putting the values of K and sigma, we can derive this formula. The value of sigma is NE square lambda V upon 3 kBT. The thermal conductivity K can be given as K is equal to 1/2 NV Kb into lambda. Taking the ratio K by sigma is equal to NV kBT upon 2 NE square lambda V upon 3 kBT. By simplifying this equation, we get 3 kB upon 2E square into T. Now this can be written as K by sigma is equal to 3 by 2 kB upon E whole square into T, where L is 3 by 2 kB upon E whole square, that is the Lorentz number. By simplifying these terms, we can derive this value, that is L is equal to 1 upon 1.12 into 10 raised to minus 8 watt ohm per Kelvin square. This is also known as Lorentz number. The above value of Lorentz number based on classical concept does not agree with the experimental value. Hence, the assumption that all the free electrons of metal participate in thermal conductivity is not correct. The actual experimental value of Lorentz number is 2.44 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 8 watt ohm per Kelvin square. Thus, there is a discrepancy in L. This discrepancy gets eliminated on applying quantum theory. Successes of free electron theory. As the students have performed, you have seen that this theory can verify Ohm's law, that is R is equal to V by I. It explains the thermal and electrical conductivity of metals. It is used to deduce Widman-Frenz law. It explains the optical properties of metals. But certain drawbacks are also there. The theoretical value obtained for specific heat and electronic specific heat of metal based on this theory is not in agreement with the experimental value. Second drawback is the classical free electron theory is not able to explain electrical conductivity of semiconductors and insulators. According to classical theory, the value of K by sigma T, that is constant Lorentz number L, at all temperature but not constant at low temperature. The theoretical value of paramagnetic susceptibility chi m is greater than the experimental value. Also, ferromagnetism cannot be explained. Friends, you must be knowing what is magnetism. The phenomena such as photoelectric effect, Compton effect and blackbody radiation cannot be explained. So what is next? The next is quantum free electron theory. To overcome the drawbacks of free electron theory, in 1928, by applying quantum mechanical principles, Arnold Sommerfeld proposed a new theory known as quantum free electron theory or Sommerfeld theory. The electrons are assumed to obey Pauli's exclusion principle. The assumptions are: first, the energy levels of conduction electrons are quantized. Second, the electrons are assumed to possess wave nature. Third, the distribution of electrons in the various allowed energy level occurs as Pauli exclusion principle. Fourth, the free electrons are assumed to obey Fermi-Dirac statistics. Fifth, the potential energy of the electron is uniform inside the metal. The electrons are free to move inside the metal, but confined to stay within their boundaries. Seventh, the attraction between the electrons and the latent ions and the repulsion between electrons themselves are ignored. Quantum free electron theory provides explanation for electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, specific heat capacity of metals, electronic specific heat capacity, Compton effect, and photoelectric effect too. This theory fails to make distinction between metals and semiconductors and insulators. Also fails to explain the positive value of the Hall coefficient and some transport properties of matter. Now friends, we will be solving few numericals. We know that Vd is equal to mu E. The value of mobility mu is given, that is 3.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. The electric field is also given, that is 0.5 volt per meter. So by multiplying both this, we get 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 3. Friends, what will be the unit of drift velocity? As it is one type of velocity only, the unit will be same as meter per second. We will be solving few more examples. Find the resistance of an intrinsic GE rod of 1 cm long and 1 mm wide and 1 mm thick at 300 Kelvin. The intrinsic carrier density is 2.5 into 10 raised to 19 meter cube at 300 Kelvin, and the mobility of electron and hole are 0.39 and 0.19 meter square per volt per second. Friends, here you know the equation very well. So sigma is equal to Ne into mu E plus mu H. By putting the value of mu and mu H, we can get sigma is equal to 2.32 ohm